steering, or out from the turn signaling. And then if you want to cancel it, you turn it on and back off, it'll cancel it, okay? We always try to start out with a set of gauge rings before we leave out. So water temperature is 120, oil pressure is about 58, volts almost 13, air pressure is about 100, 110, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go into first gear. Remember how I told you all to go into the first forward and reverse gears, right? I want you all to watch my feet today so you see what's going on with my feet plus the hand and gear lever. Okay, range selector is down. I want low gear or first, so I'm going to be pulling against my leg and back. In order to go into the first forward gear, I'm going to go clutch to the floor, 1, 2, in. I didn't quite go in, so I'm holding it against the gear. I'm going to let the clutch come up very, very slightly, and it pops right into gear. The oil in the transmission is very thick right now, so it's slowed off, and it came to a stop very quickly. Alright, so check my mirrors, creep forward a little bit here, get a straight truck and trailer, I'll get some mirrors adjusted. Alright, if you would, if you could push that mirror out for me a little bit. Alright, so I got the clutch fully engaged. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of throttle. Start making my turn. Anytime you turn, you start watching that mirror. If I make a left turn, I work the left mirrors. If I'm making a right turn, I want to work the right mirrors. You need to keep your vision shifting back and forth, but you always keep an eye on that trailer until you get straightened back out again. That trailer is always trying to run something over. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and shift from first to second. Remember a double clutch procedure we covered in class yesterday? And you're going to see it happens pretty quickly. It's a simple thing. It takes a lot longer to say it than it does to actually do it. But it's going to be on a count of about 1, 2, okay? So I'm going to get ready to shift. My left foot is on the clutch. I'm taking the free play out. Right hand is on the gear lever. Straighten out here a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go to second gear, and it's 1, 2. Slip the clutch, then fuel. Alright, I'm going to go from second to third. Ready to shift. 1, 2. Slip the clutch, then I'm going to add some fuel. Alright, coming up to the stop sign, I'm going to put my left turn signal on, making a left turn. I want to stop before I get to my stop sign. When you're not shifting, DMV wants you to have both hands on the steering wheel. Normally, in most of the trucks, we would do a trailer brake check as we come out here on the gravel road. So if I had the trolley handle or Johnson bar or whatever you want to call it, your independent trailer brake handle, a lot of times they're mounted underneath the steering wheel over here on the column. But I would get to where the truck's rolling forward, push the clutch in, let it just freewheel a little bit, and then ease that valve on until I feel the trailer brakes stop me. That way I know my trailer brakes are working. Alright, so we're stopped at stop sign. I'm going to go back to first gear, and I'm going to go straight out, and then when I get towards the outer edge of the road, I'm going to make that left turn and take the right-hand lane. From back here I can see well. It just takes a little while to get up there to the intersection, so you need to anticipate and work ahead of any vehicles that are coming by and time it. Again, I'm going to second. Just 1, 2. Oh, this gear. Blew that one. There's second. Alright, I'm over on the far right edge of the road, let the steering wheel straighten out, watching my trailer until I get it come back around behind me, cancel the signal, go into third. 1, 2. About to straighten out behind me now. Okay, go into fourth gear. Ready to shift. 1, 2. I'm going to keep adding RPMs. 2. Once I'm in 5th gear, now I'm going to pre-select. Now you can move the range selector up and down all you want while you're in a gear. Nothing's going to happen. It's only when the gear lever moves through neutral that it actually changes range. So I've got it up, it's pre-selected. When I go to 6th, it'll automatically change for me. Going to 6. Ready to shift. 1, 2. Flip my clutch, add fuel. Both hands on the steering wheel. Okay, I'm going to bring it up to 1500 on this one. Going to 7th. Ready to shift. 1, 2. Flip the clutch, add fuel, both hands on the steering wheel. In the clutch. A little bit of brakes, and there's the clutch. Stopping at the stop sign. Okay? Pre-select. Coming out of there, going over to 1st. I'm in. I'm going to make a right turn. It's a right turn signal. Going straight out, slipping my clutch. I'm going to add a little bit of fuel. I'm going to make a quick shift to 2nd gear. Get to the far side of the road. I'm going to put a hard right on it. Come up that edge of the road. I'm watching my trailer in the spot mirror. As it comes around the peak of the turn, then I can go right on into my right-hand lane. And I'll get straightened out in my right-hand lane. My trailer should never cross the yellow line and go to the other lane. Canceling the turn signal, going to 3rd. 1, 2. Add a little more throttle. Going to 4th. 5th. Call my gears out before I make the shift. Pre-select for 6th gear, going to 6th. Each time I'm adding 100 RPM. Some of the things that I might do with you to try and help teach coordination and get a feel for this. Hopefully y'all have noticed that when I push the clutch in, that's the free play right there, right? Take that free play out. Right. In order to change gears, I only push the clutch in that far. To teach that, we're going to work the tachometer and I'm going to have you slip in the clutch. There's engaged. Into the sweet spot, right there. There it is. See how the RPMs fall off? Yep. And slip the clutch. So when I'm changing gears, that's all the further I need to push my clutch to change gears. Right there. Okay? Now another technique, if we have to coordinate your left foot and right hand for the gears, then I'll have you actually change gears with no throttle. So there's 1st. 2nd, slip it. 3rd.
I did not know you could do this.
4th.
These trucks have immense torque.
It's not a loaded trailer, although you can do it with a loaded trailer. But you know it takes a little bit more for the engine to pick it up and go. And you're going to have under terrain conditions and all, you're going to have a limit as to how high you can go with it still idling.
Would that hurt the drive line if you did that?
Not if you slip your clutch correctly. All right, going to 6.
Huh. I ain't never need to do this.
7th. 8th. 7th and 8th is about as high as I'll usually take you on that, okay? But it teaches you coordination between the left foot and the right hand to get that down. Then we end up introducing the right foot with the throttle, okay? All right, once you get it all put together, you get things smoothed out, it should go basically like this. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, pre-select for 6th. 6th gear, watching the trailer as they come around the curve. Notice I can almost, I'll do it with 2 fingers just on the front. I want to go from 7th to 8th. This does not take any force. It's not jamming the gears or anything at all like that, okay? It's timing. It's all about timing. If you hit the timing and the rhythm right, it's easy as can be. But you got to get the clutch stroke down correctly as well. And then, of course, in and out of the throttle at the right times as well. Okay? Anybody have any questions? It's a whole lot of information to go through there pretty quickly. Now, remember, a missed gear is the same as a downshift, right?
So you sync it.
Same procedure. You get the clutch up with the gear lever in neutral, blip, and then clutch and lever into the gear.
So, all right, when we're downshifting, you sync your clutch in, you put it in neutral, then you gas, like, and then you.
I'm going to go ahead and do this again.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's a good idea. We'll go ahead so you can watch, okay? Let me get the truck up to speed.
Just go clutch it, burp it to 1500.
All right, notice how I'm feeding fuel to it. I'm not just jamming it on, okay? I feed the fuel to it and make my gear change.
This don't sound good.
Yeah, turbo.
Yeah, it sounds real good.
All right, now I'm going to get my speed up here just a little bit, and I'm going to make a downshift to 7th gear. All right, I need to set it up. Okay, so we're going to work on that. We're going to teach setup, and as I told you, bring the RPMs down to 1100. So a little bit of brakes, I get down to 1100. That's my trigger to go and make my downshift. Clutch and lever into neutral. Come back up on the clutch, not off of it. Just come up to where I'm in the free play. Okay, just letting it engage. Now I'm going to blip it and go into the gear. Okay, then I let the clutch ease back on again. And I'm in my next lower gear. I want to go down to 6th, okay? I'm down below 1100, clutch and lever into neutral, get my gear lever lined up, clutch is up, flip
it,
clutch and lever into the gear immediately.
Let out
Okay? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Well,
For the most part, yeah.
I don't.
We'll work through it.
Oh
We'll
my
work
God.
through it, okay? It just takes a little bit of practice.